Hello, welcome back to my channel. How are you all doing? I hope you're having a really great week. Let me know what you guys are reading at the moment. I would absolutely love to know. Now, in today's video, we are going to be chatting about my most anticipated reads for 2025. I genuinely am so excited about these reads that I've got on my list. So let me know in the comments down below what your most anticipated reads are for 2025. So first up, this book is going to already be out by the time that you see this video, but at the time of filming it is coming out next week, and that is Onyx Storm, which is book 3 in the Empyrean Fourth Wing series. Buzzing my tits off about this book. I'm also terrified about this book because we all know the ending of Iron Flame was absolutely wild. I genuinely felt like throwing my hardback across the room, really scared what is going to happen next and what's going to happen next on this journey. I don't want to give away any spoilers in case you haven't read the series yet. But yeah, I'm very nervous. I'm very, very nervous, but I'm so excited. I genuinely have not felt this excited about a book launch since my childhood. When I think about like when a new Jacqueline Wilson book would come out, and I would either get it with like my pocket money or I would get it for Christmas, like this is the same level of excitement. Like I don't know what I'm going to do when I get it in my hands. I feel like I'm just going to be like, oh my god. Next up is the Powerless series by Lauren Roberts. Now, I've heard so many mixed reports about this series. I know that there's currently 3 books in the series. There's Powerless, Powerful, which is like a novella, I believe, and then Reckless. Now, I know that there's another book, which I think is the conclusion, which I think is called Fearless. Is that correct? I think that's coming out in April. So I've kind of been holding off to read these books because I knew that this final one was coming out really soon. So I was like, well, the nearer that I read it to that one coming out, it means the less time having to wait. But I feel like I just see so much about it, and also knowing what kind of books that I love and the kind of books that I enjoy reading, I genuinely think that this is going to be so up my street. So I'm really, really excited to read it. I hope it's not going to let me down. So another series that I'm really anticipating is Crescent City. Now, I've already read book 1 of Crescent City, House and Earth and Blood. I read that last September, and I don't normally do this. I don't usually like chopping and changing for like in between series, but I read the first one and everyone was like, you kind of need to read Throne of Glass first. So I was like, okay, we'll stop after the first one and then I'll read them like once I've read Throne of Glass. But I've kind of been reading other books. So now I'm kind of thinking, right, I've got book 2 and I've got book 3 of Crescent City still to read. So yeah, I did enjoy book 1. I found it really hard to get into, but once I got into it, I thought it was really good. I thought the ending was incredible, and I'm really excited to see what happens next in Bryce and Hunt's journey. I've heard that there's a lot more romance. I heard there's more spice in the second book, and I also know that in the third book, there is a crossover with another series, which honestly, I cannot wait to read about. But then I've also heard a lot of mixed reports about that third book. So I'm kind of nervous because I know there's a crossover, so I cannot wait to be in that world again. But at the same time, some people have said it was like the worst book they read last year. I know you shouldn't really like listen to opinions and stuff, but it does kind of have a bit of a effect when you watch like these videos and you're like, okay, I wonder what I'm going to think about it. Is it time to crack on with them after Onyx Storm, or do I do Powerless? Let me know what your thoughts are. I'm kind of thinking maybe it's worth doing Crescent City next, because there's the 2 books, and then I'll do Powerless after Crescent City, and then I'll be closer to the next one coming out in April. But yeah, like I said, I'm honestly just so desperate to read Powerless now that I don't know if I can wait much longer. So this year, I also really want to throw myself into another big book series, and that is Zodiac Academy. I feel like I don't know a huge amount about the books, but all I know is that there's 12. I know there's sometimes a little bit of controversy online, but I've heard a lot of people say that the series is absolutely incredible. I absolutely love Sophia Tuxford. I love watching her book videos, and she's currently reading them at the moment, and she said it's like one of the greatest series that she's ever read. And I feel like we have very similar taste in books. So I feel like if Sophia likes them, I'm probably going to like them. But it's 12 books. It's a big commitment. And like I said, I don't like dipping in and out of series. I don't like reading a book and then going on to the next one. I usually like to continue like the flow. So yeah, it's 12 books. It's a big commitment. So I'm kind of thinking it might be one to do later on in the year when I've kind of read I've kind of got a lot of books out of my system. I also cannot wait for the second book from Quicksilver. I can't remember, is it Fae Alchemy? Is that what it's called, the series? But basically Quicksilver 2. We had a release date this week. I think it is coming out November, mid-November. Callie Hart had put on her TikTok, and I'm so excited. I absolutely loved Quicksilver. I really enjoyed it. It was one of my favourite reads of 2024. It was very acotar coded and I had a great time reading it. So I'm really excited to see what's going to happen next, because there was quite a few twists and turns and it ends on a pretty big cliffhanger at the end of book 1. So yeah, I'm really excited to see where the story goes next. Another series that I'm really excited to get my teeth into is Daughter of No World by Carissa Broadbent. I actually don't know how many books are in this series, so I need to look that up. But I've heard so many good things about this series, and people have said it is the closest thing that they have read to Throne of Glass. Now, I'm still chasing that Throne of Glass high, and I'm wondering if any other book or book series is going to be as good as Throne of Glass. I don't know if it will be, but I've just had so many comparisons that I'm really, really excited to read these books. So yeah, let me know if you've read them. Let me know your thoughts, because yeah, I would absolutely love to know. The final book that we're going to talk about today is the next book after Phantasma, and it is called Enchantra, and this is by Kaylee Smith. Now, I absolutely loved reading Phantasma. I read it over Halloween weekend and I had a bloody great time reading this book. It was just really fun. It was like a kind of spicy Hunger Games, well, spicy, creepy, spooky Hunger Games of like phantoms. And yeah, it was great. I honestly really, really enjoyed it. So I cannot wait for book 2. I know that this book is going to be focusing on her sister, whose name escapes me. So I'm really, really excited to see where this is going to go, because I really did enjoy book 1. I think it's coming out April time. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's coming out in the spring. So yeah, so that is just a few of my most anticipated reads for the year. Honestly, I have got the biggest TBR. I'll show you it. I've got a note on my phone and I literally just write down, whenever I see like a book online or I see a review or something, I write it down on like the TBR list. So there's lots to get through, lots that I need to tick off. So yeah, let me know what is on your anticipated reads for 2025. I would absolutely love to know, and I hope you are all doing really, really well. Hope you'll have a lovely rest of your week, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Thanks for watching.